sit up too fast, darling. I know you want to. I know you're confused, but the straps are only there because you panic when you wake up. And I don't like when you hurt yourself. I don't like when you fight me. Shh, no, don't pull away. It's all right. It's all right. Just breathe. That's it. Breathe with me. Slow. In and out. Good boy. See? You always calm down when you hear my voice. You always do. That's why I asked them to let me have you, and they did. They said yes. Isn't that funny? All those guards, all those locked doors, all those men with pew-pews and keys and rules, and they handed you over like a ribbon-wrapped gift. Like you're nothing more than an object. But I don't think you're an object. I think you're mine. Welcome back, sweetheart. Welcome to your room. I made it comfortable. I didn't want you waking up on cold concrete again. You're not an animal. You're not like the others in this place. You don't belong in the screaming rooms. You don't belong in the dark. You belong here, with me, where it's mostly quiet, where you're safe, where nobody can touch you, where nobody can take you. Oh, your eyes. You're looking around. Yes, it's real. This is my wing now. My little corner of the prison. Isn't it cozy? The walls are clean and the bed, it's real. The sheets, they're soft. And see? No bars on the window. Not because you're free, but because you don't need them. Because you won't be leaving. Not ever. Oh, you're trembling. Poor thing. It's all right. It's all right. You don't have to pretend to be brave for me. I already know what you are. I already know how you sound when you cry. How your voice cracks when you beg. How you hold your breath like you think it'll keep you from being noticed. It's adorable. But you don't have to hide anymore. I notice you on purpose. I notice every little thing, every blink, every swallow. Every time your hands twitch like you want to run. You're so expressive. You're so easy to read. I love that. I love that I can tell what you're thinking before you even say it. Right now, you're thinking, where am I? Who is she? Why does she sound like she loves me? And the biggest one, why do I feel safe even though I shouldn't? That's my favourite. You're in a prison. But not the kind you're imagining. This isn't a place for punishment. Not really. It's a place for storage. A place where the world throws away what it doesn't know what to do with. People like me. People like you. But the difference is, I'm not thrown away anymore. I'm kept because I'm useful. I behave. I smile when they tell me to smile. I speak softly, and I don't bite their hands. Not unless they deserve it. And because I'm so well behaved, they reward me. They give me books, and they give me clean water, and they give me candles. They give me pretty dresses. They let me walk without chains. They let me have things other prisoners don't get. And now, they've given me you. A present. Oh, a toy. A companion. A pet. A love. Oh, don't look so offended. Pet is a sweet word. Pets are cherished. And pets are fed. Pets are groomed. And pets are kissed on the forehead and told they're precious. Pets are protected. Pets are owned. And pets don't get abandoned. Not by someone like me. Not when I've waited so long. Not when I've been so good. I earned you. Hey, do you remember the first time we saw each other? No, of course not. You were drugged. They brought you in half-conscious, barely breathing, covered in bruises. They dragged you down the hallway like a sack of meat. And you know what everyone else did? They laughed. They made jokes. They said you'd pass away within the week. They said you were weak. They said that you were nothing. But I saw you, and I thought, oh, there you are. There's the one. The one I've been missing. The one the world didn't deserve. The one who needs someone to hold him so tightly he can't disappear. I watched you after that. From behind the glass. From the end of the hall. From the reflection in the metal doors. I listened when you spoke. I listened when you begged. And I listened when you went quiet. You're so quiet when you're broken. So well trained already. They barely had to do anything to you. You were ready to belong to someone. You were already halfway there. All you needed was the right hands. Mine. Do you know what they told me? They said, if you want him, you can keep him. Just like that. They didn't even ask why. They didn't care. They only cared that someone would take responsibility for you, that someone would keep you from causing trouble, because, well, you were disturbing the others, disturbing their sleep, disturbing their peace. Isn't that cruel? You were in pain, and they were annoyed, but I wasn't annoyed. I thought your screams were beautiful, like a song meant for me. But you won't need to scream anymore. Not in here. Not in my room. This room keeps you. This room is designed for it. The walls are thick. The door is heavy. And the lock is mine. The key is around my neck. And no one comes in without my permission. No one. Not even the guards. Especially not the guards. Because you're not for them. You're for me. I brought you food. I didn't know what you'd like, so I asked. I asked sweetly, and they gave me a tray. Bread, fruit, water, and something warm. I had to smile very nicely to get the warm thing. But I did, because you deserve warm things. You deserve soft things. You deserve to be treated gently. By me. Open your mouth. No, don't turn away. Don't be stubborn. It's just a bite. If you behave, I'll loosen the straps a little. And if you don't, I'll leave them tighter. And you'll have to lay there hungry and trembling until you remember what good boys do. Now, open. Good boy. See, that wasn't so hard. Chew. Slowly. I don't want you choking. If you choke, they'll take you away from me to the infirmary, and I won't let them touch you. Not after I've finally got you. Not after all my waiting. More. There. That's it. You're doing so well. You're so handsome when you listen, when you accept what you are, when you stop fighting. You have such nice eyes. Did anyone ever tell you that? No? Of course not. Nobody tells prisoners nice things. They only tell you what you are. They only tell you what you deserve. But I will tell you nice things. I'll tell you the truth. And the truth is, you're lovely. You're delicate. You're mine. I wonder how long it will take you to stop hating me. Do you hate me right now? Be honest. You can. I won't punish you for your honesty. Not yet. Go on. Do you hate me? You don't have to answer. I can tell. Your breathing changed. Your shoulders tensed. Your eyes narrowed. You hate me. A little. Maybe a lot. And that's okay. That's normal. Hate is just love, with its teeth showing. Hate means you care enough to feel something, and you will care. You will care so much soon. You're not the first thing I've kept, but you're the first thing I've kept that feels alive, that feels like it might look back at me and see me, not as a monster and not as a prisoner, but as a woman who loves too deeply, a woman who doesn't know how to let go. I don't let go. Ever. Do you want to know my name? Or do you want to pretend you don't? You can pretend. It won't change anything. Names are just little decorations people hang on cages, like labels, like tags, like ownership marks. But I'll tell you anyway, because I want you to speak it, and I want you to think it. I want you to whisper it when you're alone, and I want it to be the first word you reach for when you wake up shaking in the night. My name is... And you are my sweet boy, my darling, my handsome little gift. Now, I'm going to loosen one strap, just one, because you've been good, and because I want to touch your hand. I want to hold it. I want to feel you try to pull away. I want to feel you fail. There. Don't move too fast. Don't be stupid. This is not freedom. This is trust. And trust is a very fragile thing. If you break it, I'll have to fix you, and you won't like how I fix things. Now give me your hand. ill. Sometimes I thought maybe I imagined you, because the loneliness in here, it does things to your mind. It makes you desperate, and it makes you hungry. It makes you start praying to anything that might answer. And I prayed. I prayed for something sweet, something gentle, something that would need me, something that couldn't leave. And then you came. You flinched. That's okay. You're not used to kindness, but you will be. You will be spoiled. I will spoil you until you don't remember how to survive without me. Until the thought of leaving makes your stomach twist. Until the outside world feels cold and wrong. Until this room feels like home. And if it doesn't, I'll make it. Oh, don't look at me like that. I'm not threatening you. I'm promising you. There's a difference. This room is special. It's not like the other rooms. This room doesn't echo screams. It doesn't smell like flowing redness. It doesn't have scratches on the walls from people trying to crawl out of their own skin. This room has only one purpose, and that's to keep you, to soften you, to shape you, to make you fit perfectly into my arms. Do you know what I imagine? I imagine you sitting here one day, not strapped down, not afraid, just sitting quietly on the bed while I brush your hair, while you lean into my touch, while you look at me with those eyes. And you don't see a monster, you see your world, your everything, your keeper, your love. I can already see it. Oh, it'll start small. I can already see you learning. You'll stop pulling away when I touch you. You'll stop glaring at me. You'll stop counting the locks. And you'll stop searching for weaknesses in the door. And one day, you'll stop thinking of escape at all. Because why would you? Why would you leave the one person who feeds you, who holds you and keeps you warm, who whispers to you when the whole prison is asleep? You won't. You'll stay. You'll choose to stay, even if you tell yourself you didn't. You're very handsome, you know. Even with the bruises. Even with the exhaustion. Even with the fear. Fear suits you. It makes you look, delicate. Like a creature caught in a trap. Like some something that doesn't belong in a cruel world. You're too gentle for cruelty, so I'll be cruel for you. I'll be cruel to the world. I'll be cruel to anyone who tries to take you away. I'll smile at them, and then I'll ruin them. Quietly. Patiently. Like I always do, because you are the only soft thing I have left, and I don't share. Do you feel it? The quiet. It's different here. The room is insulated, not just from sound, but from life. It's like the world stops at the door. No clocks, no sunlight that moves properly, no voices, not really, no footsteps. Only me. Only you. Only the slow passing of time. Like water dripping. And time is a wonderful thing. Time makes people forget. It makes people adapt. Time makes people accept. Your face is so tense. It must be exhausting, holding yourself like that all the time. Always ready to fight. Always ready to run. Always expecting something. Expecting pain. But you don't have to do that with me. Not anymore. I'll handle everything. I'll decide what you eat, and I'll decide when you sleep, and I'll decide when you're allowed to speak. I'll decide when you're allowed to move. Doesn't that sound peaceful? Doesn't it? Doesn't it sound nice? To stop making choices, to stop thinking, stop resisting, to just belong. I can tell that you're scared. Good. That scared you. Fear keeps you honest. Fear keeps you close. It reminds you that I'm not just sweet. I'm not just gentle. And I'm not just lonely. I'm something else too. Something that doesn't break. Something that doesn't let go. Something that will keep you. Okay, I'm going to wash your face. You've got dried redness near your lip. Don't worry, I won't hurt you. I'll be very careful. Tilt your chin up. Good, just like that. There we go. Oh, poor baby. They were rough with you. I hate when they're rough with you. I hate it so much. It makes my stomach twist. It makes my hands shake. And it makes me want to... make them disappear. But I won't. Not yet. Because if I cause trouble, they might take you away, and I can't have that. I can't. So I'll be good. I'll behave. I'll smile. I'll play their little games, and in return, I get to keep my prize. I get to keep you. You. There's something I should tell you. A rule. My rule. The only rule that matters in this room. If you follow it, you'll be comfortable. You'll be safe and cared for. But if you break it, I will cry. And if I cry, I do very bad things. Not because I want to, but because I can't help it. Because sadness turns into anger, and anger turns into hunger. So listen carefully. The rule is, don't lie to me, ever. Not with your mouth, not with your eyes, not with your silence. If you want something, you ask. And if you're afraid, you say so. If you hate me, you tell me. And I'll hold you until you stop. Because hate doesn't survive long in a locked room, not when the only person you can see is the person who adores you. I wonder what you taste like when you're not terrified. I wonder what you sound like when you're not in pain. I wonder what you'll look like when you smile, for real, not a desperate smile, and not a pleading smile, a real one, a soft one, a grateful one, the kind that says, "Thank you for keeping me." And you will say that someday. You will. I can feel it. I can already see it. It's in the way your eyes linger on me, even when you're scared. Even when you don't want to. Part of you is curious. Part of you is listening. Part of you is already learning. Such a good boy. Touch me. Go on. You can. See? I'm warm. I'm real. I'm not a dream. I'm not a hallucination. I'm the one who will be here every day, every night, every moment. I'm the one who will watch you sleep. And I'm the one who will notice every breath. I'll catch every fear, and I'll decide what happens to you. And I'm the one who loves you, even if you don't deserve it, even if you fight it, even if you hate me. I love you anyway. I love you too much to let you go. Do you know what happens to the prisoners no one claims? They get transferred. They get experimented on. They get forgotten. They get used up. They get thrown into rooms where the lights never turn off. Rooms where the air smells wrong. Rooms where people stop being people. But not you, not my gift, not my sweet boy, not when I'm here. Not when my hands are around your heart. I saved you, and you should be grateful. You should be, even if you can't admit it yet. It's late. You need rest. Your body is tired, and your mind is tired. You've been through so much, and now you're here, in my room, in the room that keeps you. I'll stay with you until you fall asleep. I always do. I don't like leaving you alone. Oh, not because you might escape. You can't. But because I don't want you to wake up and think you're abandoned again. That would be cruel. And I'm not cruel to you. Only to everyone else. Close your eyes. Go on. Close them. No, don't fight it. You can sleep. You can. I'm right here. I'm watching. I'm listening. And I'm guarding you. Like a dragon with its treasure. Like a wolf with its mate. Like a saint with her prayer. Like a woman with her love. You're safe. You're warm. You're mine. And tomorrow we'll start again. Tomorrow I'll feed you. Tomorrow I'll brush your hair. Tomorrow I'll sit beside you and tell you stories. And if you behave, I might even unstrap your other hand. Just for a little while. So you you can touch me again, so you can remember what it feels like to be held. And if you don't behave, then I'll keep you tied up, and I'll stroke your hair, and I'll still whisper sweet things, and I'll still kiss your forehead, because punishment doesn't mean I stop loving you. Punishment is love. Punishment is care. Punishment is correction. It's how you train something precious. It's how you make sure it never runs away. Sleep now. Good boy. That's it. Just let your eyes close. Let your breathing slow, and let the world disappear. Let the prison fade. Let the fear melt away. Let your thoughts blur until nothing's left except my voice. I'll be here when you wake up. I'll always be here. This room keeps you, and I keep the room, and that means I keep you forever. My sweet gift, my darling prisoner, sleep, because you're finally home. Good morning, sweetheart. There you are. I was wondering when those pretty eyes would open. No, don't look surprised. Of course I'm still here. Where else would I be? I told you I would stay, and I always keep my promises. I watched you sleep. You sleep differently than humans do, you know. The doctors wrote reports about it. Pages and pages. Charts. Observations. The way your breathing changes. The way your ears twitch when you dream. The way your hands curl like you're holding on to something. Or someone. Oh, there it is, that look. You forgot for a moment. You forgot where you were, and now you remember. The room. The straps. Me. I know, it's disappointing, but you'll get used to waking up beside me. Eventually. And so, how do you feel? Any dizziness? Any nausea? Pain? Be honest. You remember the rule. No lying, not even little lies. Especially not little lies. They're the easiest ones to miss, and the easiest ones to build a life around. Your shoulder hurts. I thought so. You kept pulling against the restraint in your sleep. Poor thing. You fought all night, even unconscious. That's dedication. I almost admire it. Almost. But it's wasted energy. There's nowhere to run. Hold still. Let me see. There. You really are beautiful, even injured. Especially injured. There's something about vulnerability. Something honest. People become themselves when they're hurt. All the masks fall away. All the pretending disappears. And what's left is who they really are. Do you know what I think is left when I look at you? Not a monster. Not a prisoner. Not an experiment. Not a weapon. Just someone tired. Someone who spent so long surviving that he forgot how to live. I can fix that. Oh, you don't believe me? That's all right. You don't have to. Not yet. Faith comes later. Trust comes later. Love comes later. Everything important takes time, and we have so much time, don't we? Do you know what happened after you fell asleep? Something interesting. The guards came. 3 of them. Not to see you, to see me. They stood outside the door, knocking, demanding, the way people do when they think they're important. And one of them asked if I've changed my mind. Asked if I wanted to return you. Return you, like you were a borrowed book, a piece of furniture, something temporary. I laughed right in his face. You should have seen him. Humans hate being laughed at, especially by people they've locked away. It reminds them that cages don't always work. I told him no. Of course I told him no. Why would I return you? I've only just gotten you. You know, they're scared of you. Not the way they pretend, not the way they act. Actually scared. I've heard them talking, whispering. Humans always whisper when they think nobody can hear. It's adorable. They forgot that some of us were built differently. They say, you're dangerous. They say you could tear through steel if you wanted. They say you've killed people. They say you've escaped facilities before. They say they've never seen something like you. And you know what I think? I think they're afraid because they hurt you first, and frightened creatures bite. Tell me something. Have you ever noticed how humans create the monsters they fear? They poke, they prod, they chain, starve, and isolate. And then, when something finally snarls, they act surprised. Cruel little things. Not all of them, just most. But enough of them. Today is special. I have plans. I made breakfast. Well, I supervised breakfast. The kitchen staff gets nervous when I use knives. Isn't that silly? You don't think it's silly. No, you probably think they're being sensible. That's okay. You're allowed your opinions. For now. Anyway, I brought fruit and bread and tea and something else. Something I thought you might like. Something from outside. Look, a flower. There aren't many flowers here. Most things don't grow well around the prison, but this one did. Some stubborn little thing pushing through concrete, refusing to die. It reminded me of you. Here, look. Isn't it pretty? Tiny little petals, bent stem, still alive. You know, most people would pick a flower because it's beautiful. I picked this one because it survived. We'll keep it. You and I. We'll watch how long it lasts. I wonder which of you is more stubborn. Hey, I have another reward for you. You've been mostly good, so I'm going to remove the other strap. Now don't get excited. This isn't freedom. Remember, this is trust. Look at me. No, really look at me. If you try to hurt me, they'll take you away. If you try to run, they'll take you away. And if you force my hand, I'll have to become someone you don't want to meet. So, let's not do any of those things, all right? Good boy. There, both hands. Look at that. Progress. I'm proud of you. Oh, you weren't expecting that. Nobody says they're proud of prisoners, do they? Nobody says they're proud of monsters. Nobody says they're proud of mistakes, but I do. Because I know what effort looks like. And you're trying very hard not to panic. That's worth something. Can I tell you a secret? A real one? Okay, I wasn't always here. No, not this room, not this prison, not even this country. I've been in many places, some worse than this, some much much worse. People always assume the cage is the worst part. It isn't. The worst part is when they convince you that you deserve it. That took me years to unlearn. Maybe that's why I wanted you. Maybe that's why I couldn't stop thinking about you. Because every time I saw you through that glass, you looked exactly how I used to feel. Alone. No one should be alone that long. Not even monsters. Especially monsters. Oh, your claws are growing back. Did you know that? The doctors filed them down again. I hate when they do that. They say it's for safety. I think it's because they're afraid of being reminded what you are. Humans love nature until it grows teeth. Don't worry, they'll grow back. Things like us are difficult to change. You've spent your whole life being treated like something dangerous, something that needs to be controlled, contained, managed, measured. I wonder, what happens if nobody tries? What happens if someone simply accepts you? What happens if someone loves the beast too? There, you did it again. That look. The one where you almost feel sorry for me. Oh, don't. I'm much worse than I seem. That's another secret. Do you hear that? No, not outside. Listen carefully. Nothing. That's the strange thing about this room. The silence. Most people hate it. They stay here for one night and start begging to leave. You know why? Because silence gives your thoughts room to move, and most people are terrified of what's inside their own heads. I've lived with mine for years, and now you'll live with them too. And don't worry, they like you. Mostly. Tell me something. When you were little, before all this, before the cages and the tests and the chains, what did you want? Not what they wanted. You. What did you dream about? You don't want to answer. That's all right. I already know. You wanted somewhere safe. Everyone does, even me. Maybe especially me. Do you know why this room keeps people? It's not the lock. It's not the walls. It's not even me. It's because Eventually, the room learns you. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's true. Every person who stays here leaves something behind. A fear, a habit, a memory, a piece of themselves. And the room remembers. Sometimes I think it remembers more than I do. At night, when you're asleep, I swear I can feel it listening. Not in a bad way, in the way a house listens, in the way a nest listens. Like it's waiting to see whether you'll stay. I think it likes you too. Everyone does. Eventually. You know what I noticed this morning? You stopped looking at the door. Only for a moment, but you did. You looked at me instead, and that made me happy. Perhaps happier than it should have. That's dangerous. Because every little step you take toward me makes it harder for me to imagine letting you go. Not that I was planning to. But still. Someone tried to access the room last week. Before you arrived. A doctor, a curious little man, thought the rules didn't apply to him. Thought because he wore a white coat he could walk wherever he pleased. He opened the door, stepped inside, looked around, touched things that weren't his. The room didn't like that, and neither did I. He doesn't come here anymore. Anyway, breakfast first. Existential dread later. Open. Good. See, you're getting better at this. Another bite. Good boy. I like taking care of you, more than I expected. I thought I'd enjoy owning you, but I didn't expect to enjoy caring for you. There's a difference. Ownership is easy. Anyone can lock a door, but care is harder. Care means paying attention, remembering, protecting, sacrificing, staying. And I've become very good at staying. Look at you. You're not shaking as much. Oh, that's wonderful. And terrible. Because now I don't know whether you're becoming comfortable or simply giving up. I hope it's comfort. I really do. Because if it's surrender, that would make me sad, and I don't want a broken thing. I want you. The real you. The stubborn, terrified, beautiful, complicated you. Can you do something for me? Just one thing. Take my hand. That's it. Just hold it. See? Nothing terrible happened. The room didn't collapse, the prison didn't explode, and the world kept turning. It's just a hand. Mine. And yours. For a moment. That's enough. You know, I think you're lonely too. I think that's what scares you most. Not me. Not the room. Not the locks. The possibility that part of you wants this. That part of you wants someone to stay. Someone who refuses to leave. Someone who keeps choosing you. Again and again and again. Even when you make it difficult. There it is, that heartbeat, faster. Interesting. Don't worry, I won't tell. Your secrets are safe with me. All of them. And someday, when you finally stop expecting abandonment, when you finally stop waiting for the other shoe to drop, when you finally understand that I'm not going anywhere, maybe then you'll tell me yours. Until then, we have time. We have breakfast. We have stories. And we have silence. And we have this room. The room that keeps you. The room that keeps us. Now eat. Rest. Heal. And try not to worry so much about escaping. Because the truth is, I'm starting to think the room would miss you. And I know I would, so stay with me today. Just today. Tomorrow can make its own decisions, but today you're safe. And today, I'm keeping watch. Good boy. Morning. Oh, what passes for morning in a place where clocks don't exist? Awake already. That's new. Usually I have to sit here and wait for you. Usually I get at least another hour of watching you sleep. You're ruining my routine, sweetheart. What? Oh, that look. You've been thinking. I can tell. You get that little crease between your brows. Right there. Like your thoughts are trying to claw their way out. Tell me, What are you thinking about? The room? The prison? Me? All three. I should have guessed. You've been staring at the door more often. Not as much as the first day, but enough. Enough for me to notice. And I notice everything about you. You're wondering what's on the other side. No, don't look surprised, I told you. You're easy to read. You keep looking at it like it holds an answer. Like, if it opened, everything would suddenly make sense. Sweetheart, doors don't lead to answers. Only more rooms. But I suppose that's not fair. You deserve honesty, and you have been good, very good. So, today I'm going to tell you a story. When I first arrived here, I hated this room. I know, hard to imagine, but it's true. I fought, I screamed, I scratched the walls until my fingers bled. I threw furniture, I even broke windows. I bit people. That part was actually quite satisfying. I spent months trying to escape. Months. Every morning I woke up convinced that today would be the day. That today I would get out. That today I would finally be free. And then, one day, the door opened. Nobody stopped me. Nobody chased me. Nobody even looked at me. And you know what I found? More cages. More prisoners. More suffering. More fear. The door wasn't an exit. It was a hallway. And the hallway led somewhere worse. That was the day I realized something. Sometimes a prison is simply the safest room inside a larger prison. You don't like that. No, I can hear your heart beat. You want there to be an outside. A real outside. A place beyond all this. Maybe there is. Maybe there isn't. I've never reached it. What I do know is that everything beyond this door belongs to people who want things from you. The doctors want data. The guards want obedience. The administrators want results. Everyone wants a piece. Everyone. Except me. I only want all of you. I know that wasn't reassuring. I tried. There was someone here before you. No, don't tense up. He's gone. A long time ago. He wasn't like you. Not even close. Human. Ordinary. Scared. He stayed in this room for nearly a year. We talked, played cards, read books, shared meals. Sometimes we sat in silence, and then one day they transferred him. He cried. Not because he hated this place, but because he was afraid to leave it. I never understood that. Not at first, but I think I do now. The world has a way of teaching people that safety is temporary, that kindness always has a price, that every warm thing eventually disappears, and so when they finally find somewhere stable, they cling. Even if they hate themselves for it. You understand that, don't you? You don't have to answer. Your eyes already did. You heard that. Good. Listen. There, footsteps. Very faint. Very far away. That's unusual. Nobody comes down this corridor. Not unless they're invited. Interesting. No, stay behind me. I know you're curious, but stay. Something feels wrong. The room feels tense, like an animal lifting its head, like it's listening. The footsteps stop. Silence. A knock. Oh, it's been a while since someone was brave enough to knock. Go away! No response. Another knock. Harder. I said, go away. Muffled voice. Impossible to make it out. Sweetheart, I need you to do something. Listen carefully. Whatever happens next, stay in the room. Do not leave. Do not follow me. Do not answer anyone who speaks to you. Anyone. Promise me. Promise me. Good. Thank you. That voice again. No. No. He stays with me. A voice. Something dangerous. Something cold. Hungry. They're asking for you. I thought they might. Eventually. See, I told you. The moment people learn something precious exists, They try to take it. They always do. They're speaking again. It's all gone still. Like some sort of... Oh, that's different. That's very different. They're saying you're scheduled for transfer. Tomorrow. Silence. They're laughing softly, almost politely. Somehow this feels worse. No, I don't think so. The room feels colder. The silence feels deeper. What's happening? Sweetheart, I need you to trust me. Just a little. Can you do that? Because I think tomorrow is going to be a very bad day. And I would really prefer if nobody got hurt. Although, I'm beginning to suspect that option has already left us. A key is turning in the lock. Stay behind me. Stay behind me. Good boy. Well, this is unusual. You know the rules, and you know mine. No, I don't care what authorization you have. Absolutely not. I don't care whose signature is on the paper, and I certainly don't care how important you think you are. He's staying. Sweetheart, close your eyes. Do it. Just for a moment. Trust me. Good boy. You can open your eyes now. There, see? Everything's fine. You should see your face. No, darling, nobody passed away. Probably. I'm joking. Mostly. Honestly, the dramatics. They always think they're the first person to threaten me. It's adorable. You're staring at me, not the door. Me. That's new. I'm collecting quite a few new things today. A door opening. You looking at me. A transfer order. Oh, what an exciting morning. Oh, you're afraid. Not for yourself. For me. Oh, sweetheart. That's dangerous. The moment you start worrying about me, you're already halfway trapped. No, don't look away. It's true. People protect what they care about. And caring becomes attachment. Attachment becomes dependency. And dependency, well, you know my thoughts on dependency. I think it's beautiful. Oh, you're trembling. Let's talk about something else. Something happier. Let's talk about why they want you. No, really, wouldn't you like to know? I certainly would, because none of this makes sense. Not anymore. You were supposed to disappear. That's what happens here. People arrive, and people vanish. Records change. Names disappear. Doors close, and eventually nobody remembers. That's the system. Efficient, cruel, predictable. But then you happened, and suddenly everyone is interested. The doctors, the administrators, the researchers, people with clipboards, and people with badges, people who smell like disinfectant and lies, all asking questions, all watching, waiting, like they're expecting something. Tell me something. Do you remember your capture? Not the prison, before that. The very beginning. No, I didn't think so. Most of your file is missing, or redacted, or simply wrong. The dates don't match, the locations don't match, and, well, nothing matches. It's almost as if somebody doesn't want anyone knowing where you came from, or what you are. I know what the reports say. Hybrid. Variant. Acid. Specimen. Subject. I hate all those words. They feel so cold, wrong, like describing a star as a light bulb. You know what I think? I think they're guessing. I think they're terrified because they don't understand you. And frightened people write labels. Labels make uncertainty feel manageable. But a label isn't a truth. There are stories about this place. Did I ever tell you that? No? I suppose I didn't. Most of them are nonsense. Ghost stories, rumours, prison myths. But one of them keeps appearing again and again and again. The story says something was brought here years ago. Not a prisoner. Not an experiment. something else, something they couldn't understand, something they couldn't control. And ever since then, the prison has been changing. Slowly, quietly, like mould spreading through walls, like roots beneath a house, like a room learning to remember. I used to think it was nonsense, a story told by frightened people. But then I met you, and now I'm not so sure. Look at us. A lonely woman, a mysterious demi-human, a sentient room. We're becoming a proper fairy tale. But fairy tales never end well. Sweetheart, can you do something for me? Listen carefully, very carefully. What do you hear? Not me, not your heartbeat. The room. Listen to the room. There, did you feel that? Just for a second. It's like the air changed, like something shifted. It only does that around you, never around me, only you. That's why they're coming, isn't it? Not because you're dangerous, not because you're valuable, but because you're connected to whatever this place really is, to whatever lies underneath it, to whatever everyone is pretending not to see. The transfer order suddenly makes more sense. And that's what worries me. Because people don't move pieces unless they're preparing for a game. You know, there's something I've never told you. A selfish thing. An ugly thing. Part of me was happy when they brought you here. Not because you were suffering, not because you needed help, but because, well, I was lonely. Pathetic, isn't it? I saw someone broken, someone abandoned, and a horrible little part of me thought, finally, someone who might stay. I'm not proud of that, but it's true. And you deserve the truth, the whole truth, even the ugly parts, especially the ugly parts. So, here's another truth. If they came for you tomorrow, I don't know what I'll do, and that scares me, because I know exactly what I'm capable of when I'm frightened. There it is again. That look. The one that almost feels like concern. You're becoming a problem, sweetheart. A very adorable problem. And now you're making me smile when I should be planning. How irresponsible. All right. Enough heavy conversation. You've had quite enough existential dread for one day. Come here. No, closer. There. Good boy. You always get cold after difficult conversations. You don't notice, but I do. I always do. The room is quiet again. Too quiet. Waiting. Listening. Watching. And somewhere beyond the walls, someone is making plans. Plans that involve you. Plans that involve tomorrow. But tomorrow isn't here yet, and until it arrives, you're still mine, and the room still keeps you. And I still keep the room. So, rest. Stay close to me. Let me think, because if tomorrow wants to take you from me, tomorrow is going to have to work very hard. So sleep if you can, sweetheart. The prison is holding its breath, and I have a feeling something is about to wake up. The room feels different, tense. I knew you're awake. I couldn't sleep either. No, not because of the transfer. Well, not only because of the transfer. Something has changed. Can you feel it? The prison, the air, even the walls. It's like standing outside during a thunderstorm, waiting. Everyone knows lightning is coming, but nobody knows where it will strike. I hate waiting. Waiting means I have time to think, and thinking rarely improves anything. You've been watching me. I noticed. Oh, don't look embarrassed. I like when you look at me. It's much better than glaring. Much better than pretending I don't exist. Progress. You've made quite a lot of that lately. You eat without arguing. You sleep through most nights. You don't flinch every time I touch you. And yesterday you reached for my hand first. Only for a second, but I noticed. I notice everything. Yes, everything. Sweetheart, can I ask you something strange? No, actually, that's unfair. Everything about me is strange. Let's call it an honest question. If this room had found you first, before the prison, before the cages, before the people who hurt you, would you still hate it? That's what I thought. The room isn't cruel, not really. People are cruel. The room just holds things. Memories. Secrets. Loneliness. People leave pieces of themselves here, and somehow those pieces never quite leave. I think that's why it feels alive, because it's full of people who couldn't let go, or people who weren't allowed to. There is something I need to show you, and before you panic, yes, I'm aware that every terrible thing that's happened to you began with someone saying those exact words. So dramatic. No, really, I want to show you something. And for that, I need to do something I've never done before. I'm going to open the door. There it is, that heartbeat, fast, confused, hopeful, terrified. Poor thing, you've dreamed about this, haven't you? The door opening, a chance, a mistake, an opportunity. I know, of course I know. I would have dreamed about it too. Come with me. Slowly, no rush. The door isn't going anywhere. Neither am I. The key is turning. The lock is releasing. And for the first time since arriving, this door is swinging open. No alarms. No guards. No shouting. Just a hallway. Empty. Still. Go on, look, it's real. The corridor. The outside. The place you've been imagining. No, I'm serious. Take a few steps. You can. I'm allowing it. Trust me. There. Good. One step. Then another. That's it. Look at you. Brave boy. You thought I'd stop you, didn't you? You thought I'd grab your wrist, or lock the door, or make excuses, but I didn't, because I meant what I said. You deserve honesty. And the truth is, you could run right now. The hallway stretches away, cold, dim, endless. No visible guards, no visible barriers, nothing stopping you, except me. Not physically, emotionally. And somehow that's worse. Do you know why I opened it? Because I needed to know, not whether you'd leave, but whether you'd look back. You did. You looked back. Thank you. You have no idea how much that means to me. Do you feel it? The hallway, the difference, the room behind you, the prison ahead, the space in between. Interesting, isn't it? You always imagined freedom would feel obvious, certain, simple. But standing here, it doesn't. Because freedom isn't always a place. Sometimes it's a choice. It's a person. And sometimes it's neither. Sometimes it's a lie. It moves far down the corridor. A shadow. A distant shape. Gone. Almost immediately. There, you saw it too. Good. I was worried it was only me. They're watching. Whoever they are. Whatever they're planning, they're watching. And they're waiting for you to move. You could leave. Right now. Keep walking. Follow the corridor. Find answers. Danger. Or freedom. Maybe. I won't stop you. That's the truth. I won't. Even if it hurts. Even if I hate it. Even if it breaks my heart. I won't. Nothing. You're not running, not escaping, just quiet. There it is, the first choice, the first real one, and you stayed. You stayed. Not because I made you. Not because of locks or because of chains. You simply stayed. I don't know what to do with that. I planned for every outcome except this one. Why? No, don't answer. I think I'd rather wonder. Because if you stayed out of fear, that would hurt. And if you stayed because of me, that might be worse. No force, no command, just an offer. Come on. Let's go back inside. Thank you for coming back, for choosing it, for making this feel different. Perhaps tomorrow may still be terrible. The transfer order still exists. The people outside are still watching. And whatever is moving through this prison is getting closer. I know that. You know that. The room knows that. But today you surprised me, and I like being surprised by you. Maybe that's why I can't let you go. No, that's a lie. I know exactly why I can't let you go. I just thought it sounded prettier. Oh, rest for a little while. You've made an important choice today, whether you realise it or not. And choices have consequences. Sometimes they change everything. Interesting. The door remains open, and the hallway is still empty. But for some reason, I have the strangest feeling something is smiling. All is so quiet. Not the warm quiet. Not the sleepy quiet. The waiting quiet. It's the kind of quiet that exists when something has already begun. And nobody has noticed it yet. Sweetheart, you've been dreaming deeply lately, strangely, talking in your sleep. You said a name last night, a name I've never heard before. And when you said it, the room answered. No, I'm serious. I know how that sounds, but it happened. The walls creaked. The air changed. The lights flickered. And just for a second, I could have sworn something was listening, something beneath us, something old. It recognized you. You don't remember. I didn't think you would. The expression on your face tells me that much. Poor thing. You keep discovering pieces of yourself and nobody bothers explaining them. That must be exhausting. I've been thinking, dangerous hobby, I should really stop. But I can't help myself. And the more I think, the less I believe the story they're telling. About you. About this place. About everything. Do you know what bothers me most? It's not the missing records. It's not the transfer order. It's not even the people watching us. It's this. Nobody acts surprised by impossible things anymore. Think about it. If a room remembered people, wouldn't that shock someone? If walls answered names, wouldn't that frighten someone? If a prison could change the atmosphere of an entire building simply by existing, wouldn't someone ask questions? But they don't. Nobody does. They already know. And if they already know, then what exactly have they been keeping down here? Or maybe the better question is who? Not you. Who before you? Before me? Who before any of us? What started all of this? You know, I almost told you a lie earlier. A real one. Not a little lie. Not an omission. A proper lie. When I said I'd let you go, I meant it. But only because I didn't think you'd leave. There, that's the truth. Ugly little thing, isn't it? I thought I knew you. I thought I understood exactly what you do. And then you looked at that hallway and stayed. Not because I ordered you, and not because I trapped you. You simply chose, and suddenly I wasn't in control anymore. I hate that. I really do. Because now I care what you choose. And caring about someone's choices is the first step toward getting hurt. Sweetheart, may I tell you something I've never told anyone? Good. Thank you. When I was first brought here, I wasn't alone. No, not another prisoner. Someone from before. Someone who mattered. Someone who promised they'd stay. They didn't. One day they were there, and the next day they were gone. Transferred. Moved. Lost. Passed away. I never found out which. Nobody would tell me, and after a while I stopped asking. Because every answer hurt, even the imagined ones. That's when I started collecting things, books, blankets, little treasures, memories. Anything that stayed where I left it, anything that couldn't disappear. And then eventually, I started collecting people. Not literally. Don't make that face. I see you. Honestly. I mean, emotionally. People who visited. People who talked. Who lingered. I gathered them into my life. Held on to them. Tried very hard not to lose them. I lost them anyway. Everyone leaves eventually. That was my lesson. A cruel little lesson. The lesson this place teaches best. Everyone leaves. Everyone except the room. The room stays. It remembers. It keeps. Do you know why I like it so much? Because it's the only thing here that understands me. There, I said it. Embarrassing, pathetic, probably concerning, but true. You're rubbing off on me. You've made honesty contagious. What a terrible influence. Wait. Did you hear that? No, not outside. Inside. The wall. There it is again. A vibration, almost like breathing. No, that's new. I don't like new. New is how bad things happen. Stay close. Something's wrong. Very wrong. The room feels excited. I've never felt it excited before. The wall's cracking. Sweetheart, tell me exactly what you're feeling right now. No lies, no guessing, tell me. I was afraid of that. You feel it too. The pull. The recognition. The sense that something is calling. Oh, it makes sense. The transfer. Surveillance. The missing records, the dreams, this room, you. You're not connected to this place. You are the reason it exists. No, not consciously, not intentionally, but somehow. This prison was built around something, and whatever that something was, it knows you. The walls are cracking, further, deeper. What is that? It's strange. Oh, sweetheart, I think we've just found the heart of the prison. And judging by the way it's reacting, I think it found you first. Give me your hand. Stay with me. Not because I'm ordering you, not because you're mine, but because I'm afraid you'll leave. I'm afraid. And that's somehow much worse. Tomorrow they were planning to take you. I understand why now. But I don't think tomorrow matters anymore, because something underneath us, something very old, has finally opened its eyes. And I think it's been waiting for you. Not the silence of sleep, not the silence of safety, not the silence of waiting, the silence after something wakes up. Sweetheart, stay with me. Just a little longer. Oh, good. That's it. Keep looking at me. Not the wall. Not the cracks. Not whatever is trying to call you. Me. Look at me. There you are. Those eyes. I always liked your eyes. Even the first time. Even when you hated me. Especially then. You were very dramatic when we met. Do you remember? Of course you do. You looked at me as if I'd stolen the moon, as if I were the worst thing that ever happened to you. I suppose I was. For a while. Funny how things change. Oh, the walls are cracking again. Further this time. The room, it's trembling. Like a sleeping creature shifting beneath blankets. Stretching. Waking. Remembering. It's coming. No, not for me. For you. It was always for you. That's why the prison exists. That's why the records were hidden. That's why they wanted to move you. They weren't protecting themselves from you. They were protecting you from it. Or maybe the other way round. I've stopped pretending I understand any of this. I think I finally found the truth, and I hate it, because the truth means I can't keep you. There. You weren't expecting that. I can tell. Your heartbeat changed. Mine did too. The first time I realised it, the first time I understood. Do you know what I wanted? Not originally, not years ago, not before all of this. Now, today, what I wanted most. I wanted to be selfish. That's all. Just selfish. I wanted this room. I wanted our routines. Breakfast. Stories. The way you started looking at me when you thought I wasn't paying attention. The way you stopped flinching. The way you stayed. I wanted more time, just a little more. Oh, the room is shuddering again. This time the cracks are widening. And beyond it, movement. Not a shape, not a creature. Something. It's impossible to understand. Something vast. Something that feels less like a being and more like a memory. A memory older than language. Oh, I understand now. That's why the room keeps people. That's why it remembers. Why it feels alive. It's trying not to forget. And neither am I. We're very alike, the room and me. Both collecting things, both terrified of losing them. Both mistaken possessions for love. Sweetheart, may I ask you a final question? Just one. Good. When the door was open, why did you stay? Oh. Oh, sweetheart, that wasn't the answer I expected, but it was the answer I hoped for. Oh, thank you. You have no idea what you've given me. The key. This key around my neck. The key that locked the room. The key that kept you. This key that meant that I was the keeper. There. Take it. It's heavier than it looks, but go on. I'm serious. Take it. Good boy. One last time. Let me call you that. You know, when we first met, I thought the key meant ownership, control, authority, the right to keep something. But I was wrong. The key was never for locking the door. It was for opening it. I just wasn't brave enough to use it. The room is trembling harder now. The walls are groaning. Alarms are sounding in the distance. Meaningless. Too late. Whatever is waking cannot be put back to sleep. Oh, darling, listen to me very carefully, please. You have a choice, a real one. Maybe the first real one you've ever had. You can stay with me in this room until whatever happens next reaches us, or you can leave. Open every locked door you find. Find the truth. Find yourself. Find whatever has been calling your name. And I won't stop you. This time, I truly won't. Let me brush your hair back one last time. Such a familiar gesture. It's the first thing I ever did. And maybe the last. Do you know what love actually is? Because I think I finally figured it out. It's not keeping. And it's not owning. It's not making someone stay. It's opening the door anyway, even when it breaks your heart. The room is shifting, almost like it's listening, like it's learning. I already know what choice you'll make. Not because I can read you. Not because I'm controlling you. But because I finally trust you. Which is infinitely terrifying. My sweetheart, I'm glad I met you, even if I shouldn't be, even if it hurts, even if it changed everything. I'm glad. No commands, no threats. No ownership, just truth. Thank you for staying long enough to teach me how to let go. The room is opening, with the prison trembling. The world beyond us waits. And for the first time since our story together began, nothing is locked. Not the door, not the room, not you, not even me. No, wait! Sweetheart, look! The crack! Look at the crack! Do you see it now? Beyond the walls, beyond the prison, beyond all of this, the thing moving in the dark, the thing we've been afraid of. It's not coming closer. It's coming home. Oh gosh, that's why the records never made sense. That's why every report contradicted the last. That's why nobody could explain you. Because you were never the prisoner. You were the lock. The room wasn't built to contain a monster. The room was built around a wound, a tear, a place where something entered this world long ago, and you were the key left behind. Not a creature, not a god, not a weapon, a bridge. You spent your whole life wondering why nothing ever felt complete, why something always seemed missing, why you heard voices no one else heard, and why this place knew your name. It wasn't calling you. It was recognizing you. And all of this time, I thought I was protecting you. I thought I was keeping you safe. But the room, it wasn't keeping you here. It was waiting. Waiting for you to choose. Waiting for you to become yourself. Listen. Can you hear it? The walls are groaning, but the screaming has stopped. The alarms have stopped. Even the room has stopped fighting. Because it knows it's over. Not the end, just the end of the cage. Sweetheart, there's something I haven't told you, something I've known ever since I put my hand against that wall. The room and I, we aren't just alike. We're connected. Every keeper was. A little piece of us stays behind. A little piece becomes part of the walls, part of the memory, part of the dream. I suppose that's why I could hear it thinking, why I knew where you were, why leaving was never really possible. When the door opens fully, the room will end. And so will I. No, don't look at me like that, please. I made my peace with it, honestly. For the first time in years, maybe forever. And you know what's funny? I spent so long trying to keep you, and in the end, you're the one setting me free. That's very unfair. A very unfair thing to do to a woman. But I forgive you. Look, the darkness. It's changing. Do you see? It's not darkness at all. It's a sky. A sky we've never seen. And beyond it, thousands of doors, millions, an endless hallway of worlds, memories, possibilities. The place you've been hearing all along. The place that remembers every last thing. The place you came from. You don't belong in a cage, sweetheart. You never did. There. The door's fully open now. It's time for both of us. No more keepers. No more prisoners. No more locked rooms. Just choices. Freedom. Whatever comes next. And that's terrifying. But it's also beautiful. Goodbye, sweetheart. Or perhaps see you soon.